Before bathing was a common thing, people would use heavy perfumes to mask body odor. In the late 19th century, scientists developed products such as soaps to block the smell of odors. When antiperspirants were invented, they were sticky pastes that were applied to the area.
The first real antiperspirant was trademarked in the United States in 1988. It was a waxy cream that was difficult to put on and messy. Early antiperspirants had the main ingredient of either alcohol or acid. They were slow to dry and were prone to irritating skin and ruining clothes.
A few years later, the first antiperspirant using aluminum chloride was made. Within 15 years after that, a variety of products were marketed in many different forms such as creams, solids, pads, dabbers, and powders.
In the late 1950s, antiperspirants became aerosol sprays. Gillette, a new brand at the time, started making sprays in the 1960s, and they became huge, becoming half of the antiperspirants sold by 1967.
In the late 1970s, 82% of sales were sprays. By the end of the 1970s, a problem arose as they realized that the aluminum zirconium could have long-term effects from breathing in the spray and were banned. Also, the use of CFC in it was banned because it was involved in the disintegration of the ozone layer.
Antiperspirants then became much less popular. In the 1970s, researchers began to fear that aluminum and antiperspirants could lead to Alzheimer's disease. In the late 1970s, an ingredient called quick-dry, cyclomethicone, was introduced into the market.
Cyclomethicone is now very common in many varieties of anti-sweat products. This improved the quality because it does not irritate the skin and evaporates quickly. It only left behind the active ingredient without any greasiness or stickiness.
Antiperspirants have now been modified so that the product lasts longer and is safer.